Well, she threw him under the bus, right? And he can tolerate almost anything. The cruelty of chasing immigrants through the fields and factories where they work, or dragging women by their hair and putting them in unmarked vans, or public executions. That didn't bother him. It was when she blamed him for the ad campaign. And tonight, everyone in America is safer because of Kristi Noem's firing, at least for now, because she blamed him for it and it made him look bad. And again, he can tolerate a lot. Again, she's arrested and deported really good people, a lot of them Californians, 95% of them who have no criminal record. We lost a nurse named Preddy and a mom named Good who were publicly executed in our streets. I have constituents who were deported and the courts told the administration, don't deport him, let him stay here, and they did it anyway. He was fine with all of that, and of course now has given her this bogus Avengers-like position. And all I ask is, please, at her new job, keep her away from people and puppies. I think the most important thing we can do is protect the most vulnerable in our community who are on the run right now and living in fear, and see masked thugs without warrants and identification terrorizing our community. Kristi Noem, she thinks she's just getting a demotion, but when Democrats take the House after November, she'll be returning. I can promise you there will be a real demand for her to return to get to the bottom of her cruelty and incompetence, and for the American people to finally get some measure of justice. Well, we have made it clear that the masks have to come off, identification has to come out, the roving terror that is happening in our communities where people are targeted based on their accent, the color of their skin, and where they work, that also has to stop. You have to go to a judge to get a warrant before you go into someone's house. Those are the demands. And oh yes, by the way, no more public executions like we saw in Minneapolis. But I am heartened to see that Democrats are sticking together, and rock solid governors in many states are also going to the courts or making it clear that they'll use their law enforcement authorities. The American people overwhelmingly did not ask for this. They just wanted lower prices. And instead, we've gone to the bottom as far as decency and how we treat people in this country. I hope that senators, including Democratic senators, don't, treat this as the Senate club and give deference that should not be given. And again, this is mostly about having somebody who is qualified, experienced, and understands the value that nonviolent immigrants have brought to our community, who are overwhelmingly who is being arrested and deported. But it does not surprise me one bit that somebody like Pete Hegseth or Secretary Duffy, who have both had disastrous terms in their positions, were people that Donald Trump enjoyed watching on TV. And this pattern and where it goes from here probably won't surprise us either.